Quality, service, atmosphere. You're next in the chair. Feel at home in the barbershop. G.Bush offers a fresh cut on sports. The barbershop isn't just grooming for guys. It's culture, it's lifestyle, it's sports. And it's now the barbershop is giving the sports scene a sheer shave and shine. Join the makeover now. Follow Garrett Bush at g.bush91 on Twitter.
Yes. Come on in. Come on into the barbershop. G.Bush is in the building. Let me know if you can hear me loud and clear. Storming a little bit out here. Let me get my frame together. Let's get to the chat to see if y'all can hear me loud and clear. I want to make sure we ready to go. I'm going to make sure you got me. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Justin, hey. Yes, sir. Ready to go? We ready to go? Okay, we ready to go? Let's get to it, man. Definitely had to pull up on y'all, man. Welcome on into the barbershop. If you're new, take a seat in my chair. We can get you the lineup. We can get you the fade. We can get you. Hey, DeAndre Black, I need that Nas 96 lineup, man. Let's do this, man. So, I've been doing my double duty so far. I've been doing a lot of stuff. I just got off the air probably about an hour or so ago on 92.3 The Fan. I was on from 10 to 2. And the great thing about doing what I do is, man, I got a lot of different fans from different perspectives, right? So there's always people that watch me at the barbershop. There's people who may listen to my radio show. There's people who may listen to the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Maybe somebody like me on Locked On Browns, right? So I do all of these platforms, but I make sure I consistently feed the streets. I got to give it to the people and get back to where we came with the roots of this thing. I started from this, right? And so we can get into some things over here that a lot of people ain't really trying to hear, man. This is high level over here. So we're going to get into this signing. And a lot of people, I put out 2 blogs last night. Make sure you guys go check that out. It was one about the psyche of the fans and understanding where we are right now. And then I got another joint out there that I had to apologize to Anthony Walker. That one's doing pretty good numbers. If you haven't checked that out, make sure you guys go do that. 69 people in here already. Please hit the like button for me. It's free. It's so free. Just hit the like button for your boy. But if you do want to donate, you can always support. You can always support the barbershop. You can donate. You can super chat if you're on YouTube. If you're not on YouTube, you can do it through PayPal. PayPal.me. /GBush91 and on Cash App $GBush91. And we got a QR code. All you got to do is scan it with your phone and go right to there. So there's always ways that you can help support the content over here to do so. And we appreciate each and every one of you. And as I always say on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, we know what it is. Inflation is like 9,000 or something, but you know what's inflation free? That like button. Hit that like button. That shows your boy some love, man. Shows your boy some love. But we want to get into this. We want to get into the Browns signing Marquise Goodwin. Yes, the Browns signing Marquise Goodwin. To me, this does more than people really realize, right? Because the way I think about it, I don't think about it on surface level. I really look at the moves, and I take a look at the moves that we're doing now, and I compare them to what we project to do with the offense. Because one of the things that we got to understand is you, me, and everybody else, we're going to see a brand new offense this year. We're going to see an offense this year in which we're going to be a team that's going to be more vertical. So you say, what does that look like? How does that change everything that we're used to doing? Let me pull up a video real quick. Give me some bells and whistles in here. Keep y'all ready to go. Let me go ahead and put this up here, man. You know how we give it up. Let me get this off a little bit. We be working over here, man. We be working over here. Marquise Goodwin, you see what he's bringing to the table. Let me get down here and show you Marquise Goodwin. So one of the things about Marquise Goodwin that you will definitely see, age 32, 27 receptions, 387 yards, 4 touchdowns, 14.3 average. He's a guy that is going to give you some vertical threat. He's a guy that can make some catches. He goes up at high points the football very well, goes up and gets it. As you know, we heard about the track get down. We've heard about that as well. But the best thing I like about him, as you take a look at some of the highlights we see over here, and let me move this around so you can get a seat on the side. There you go. The good thing, the good thing about, I would say, Marquise Goodwin, is the fact that he's going to give you something along the lines of having the opportunity to be very vertical. This is going to open up the Browns offense tremendously, because I'm going to throw out a concept that you guys can look and watch and figure out for the rest of the time that we go through this process. Is I believe that the Cleveland Browns' new offense is going to be predicated on 4 wide receivers. And one of the reasons I'm so excited about it being predicated with 4 wide receivers on the field, or 3 wide receivers in David Njoku split out, is because there's a key concept that I like out of the air raid and out of the spread, and that is called running out of passing formations. The reason why I think this is so important is because, generally speaking, when you have substitution patterns and you got 2 receivers on each side, you have to get 2 extra defensive backs in the pattern. You have to get 2 more defensive backs into the pass game, and you're usually taking linebackers off the field. So if you can line up consistently in what we call 10 personnel, which would be one back and no tight end. Sometimes David Njoku is going to be split out, so don't get that twisted. He'll count as a receiver out there. But one of the things that I really love doing, instead of running a bunch of empty, what I want to do is I want to have my back there as well. I want to have my running back there as well, being able to do a 2-way go. So think about the offense from the perspective of, I got Amari Cooper, who is a route tactician. I now have a guy like Elijah Moore, who is also very fast, also quick twitch, also can move, rub routes, whip routes, things like that, making guys miss, also can get vertical. Other side of him, you sign a guy like a Marquise Goodwin who can also run by you and do certain things like that. So now, and then you got your big body receiver in your Donovan Peoples-Jones who can high point the football, who can be physical in your dig routes, those underneath routes, and all of them are Swiss Army knives. Now I got somebody that could do every single thing. But the most devastating part of why Marquise Goodwin really helps the Browns is now, if I'm running you off on very deep routes, maybe it's a post corner route, maybe it's the circle route, maybe if I'm running a deep post or a deep over route, you're taking the safety with you and the nickel. You're taking both of those guys with you. All it is, when you do that, you now have an opportunity to get one-on-one blocking up front. And now you have Nick Chubb in the backfield with that receiver set, and there's one linebacker in the box. And they have to get drops. They have to respect the speed over the middle, because the linebacker on play action must get depth in order to stop the crossing routes from Elijah Moore or Goodwin. They have to get depth. They have to respect the speed on that. So the crazy thing is now picture what's happening. You have to have 2 more defensive backs in the game. You're running dime. You're running nickel a lot. And now, all of a sudden, you got guys running you off down the field. You got guys working underneath. It's a bunch of stuff going on. And what you forget is they still got that monster Nick Chubb in the backfield. And what's devastating now is, because you're in dime, because we're in a 4 wide receiver set, now all I got to do is hand the ball to Nick Chubb. And now, instead of those linebackers tackling him, you got corners. You got safeties. We know what he does to corners and safeties, right? Now, if we're running out of that, if we are running out of that successfully, now what comes off after that? RPO game. What comes off that? RPO game right now. And you got 2 guys in Elijah Moore that's able to get that done. You got another guy in Marquise Goodwin that are great little slants over little quick passes, right? And now guess what? When you're working with that, you work your jet motions in. Work your jet motions in and out. Maybe a Demetric Felton coming across, running back hybrid type. Now you got the defense shifting and moving. And now when you run play action, because you got to stop Nick Chubb, now the deep threats are opening. Now the deep threat is opening. It's beautiful. It's just beautiful. We ain't even talking about the option of the read option. We haven't even talked about the planned quarterback power play where we have Nick Chubb leading the hole and take on that backer, and we got Deshaun Watson in the backside guard pulling. See, the new evolutionary step is running out of the contradictory sets. That's where the Cleveland Browns need to be. And when they got Marquise Goodwin, he allows them to do that, because before, when you run that with David Bell, we don't respect the speed like that. We don't have to respect you over the top, right? And even when they just got Elijah Moore, that was just one guy. They don't have to respect it like that. They don't have to respect it like that. So now when you got two guys, I got a guy that can both work the slot on or in the boundaries or playing the extra wide receiver. It's a beautiful thing. I just keep saying it's a beautiful thing because I'm thinking about all the ways and formations and mismatches you can get this thing going. And you don't have to sacrifice your run game with that, because now it's man on man. Do you think about it? If you're running from a systematic set formation where you got everybody in between the hashes with three tight ends and a fullback and a running back, everybody knows where you're going. And even if you fool them on play action, you threw it to a tight end who got 7 yards. He's not going to the house on that. So you almost minimize your ability to get big chunk plays when you're running the ball like that. But once you spread people out and you spread the gaps out and you spread them east and west, not just vertically, east and west, when you spread them like that, now what you can do is if Nick Chubb puts his foot in the ground, takes off, boom, guess what? The only person between him is a linebacker that could be getting blocked by a guard releasing, or a corner. Now the corner got a tackling. The linebackers already don't want a tackling. It's 3rd and 4, and say you cover Chubb. Say you cover all the underneath routes. But now since you're in nickel, since you're in dime, now you got to count on your defensive ends to really contain, because now Deshaun Watson can step up and use his feet and get upfield, get first downs. And so when the people were sitting there talking about how they didn't understand what was going on, I was jumping for joy. Because I'm looking at the next evolutionary step. I'm not looking at the old stuff that we running. I just want to let people know this is a new day. This is a new day. When you look and see what the Watson playbook is going to be, you have to project where do we have an advantage at, right? This playbook last year, while we was trying to run it, there were some times where I saw where they had an idea if they wanted to run out of our split backs. But the problem is, if you have no vertical threats, everybody is stagnant in the middle of the field. You know, to pass the football, we need space, creating space, right? And there's two or three ways you could create space. You could create space by the gaps that you line up with. So I could tell my center and my guard, we spread that out a little bit more. And then it widens the defensive tackles, right? Widens the front. We could spread you east and west by having guys come in motion and handing it to them, sprinting on a run, because now when the ball snaps, guys got to pivot. But we can also spread each guys east and west by making them respect each and every part of the game. Because when you got receivers running routes, there's only a couple of people that have an eyeball on everything going in the backfield. You have to be savvy on the screen game, the tunnel screen game, the bubble game. Draw becomes an issue. Quarterback power becomes an issue. Regular scrambles become an issue. As you can see, it just goes on and on and on and on and on. So I love the fact that and it just goes to show you about Andrew Berry. Just goes to show you about Andrew Berry. I've been saying for how long, y'all been hearing me on this blog? How long was I saying it? I said I need 2 receivers. Now, if people weren't listening correctly, Everybody is saying, well, listen, everybody has so-and-so getting a name brand player. The big names, listen. You got to understand about me. I don't care if you're a big name, you're a no name, or any name. When I talk about people I talk about skill set. I talk about the way you build a team. And if you would have brought Jerry Jeudy in here, you would have had to build it different than you would have did with Marquise Goodwin and Elijah Moore. If you would have brought a guy, who else was Brandon Cooks in here, you would have had to build it differently than the way you built it right now. So each one of those guys has a really good skill set. All of them aren't the same. But the reason I like what he did here is, A, he got him in a very reasonable price range. B, he got speed. He found out the hard way. It's hard to scheme open guys who don't have that burst. You're just making your quarterback's job harder. You just are. You need a guy that could create some sort of separation. And he realized, listen, I like David Bell. If he's going to beat somebody out fair and square, we'll clap it up for him. But in reality, speed kills. In reality, the Kansas City Chiefs use speed over names. They don't even really have, yeah, you had Tyreek Hill. But I thought Andy Reid was so smart because he has a quarterback that can get the ball to anybody in the different platforms. So what he said, and he decided when he went ahead and got rid of Tyreek Hill was, look, I might not have the fastest guy, but I know what happens when you do have a guy like that. So I'm not going to have a player as good as him, and no one might be as fast as him. But what I do want to do is I need to get a couple of guys that I can work with that has the speed. And then they might not respect the guy that's running the route, but you got to respect the speed and the fact that we believe Patrick Mahomes can get it to any level of the field. Any level. Even a running backs is fast. Pashenko, even he's fast. They drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and they just decide in the first round, you ain't play no more. That's what I like about teams that are able to look and figure out what advantages they have on the run during the season. And I think the Browns are having a really good opportunity to do that. Let me, I'm gonna throw my first question out to you guys. First question of the chat. I'm gonna throw it out. I need your grade. I need your grades for this free agency season so far. And I think to say that free agency to me probably is over in terms of big splashes. So what I want to do is as of today, and if you assume that there is assume that there's not going to be any bigger splashes, let me know what you guys think. We'll go around the world and let you know, get to what we need to go to as well. As always, if you are super chats available, you want to get in quick, you don't want to wait your turn, jump on in the super chat. And definitely, if you do want to donate to the show, you can support the barbershop on PayPal, paypal.me/gbush91. Also on the Cash App, $Gbush91. And we do have a new feature. If you don't like typing and getting on there, simply take your a picture with your cell phone, and my Cash App will come up. Any donations are greatly appreciated. And you can always go to free option. Love is always free. Hit that like button for your boy. All right. So let's get to some of these chats as well. Want to get to that, man. Let me see where we at. Let me see. Oh, dang, y'all dudes is already putting on, man. What's up, Karen, man? Thank you so much. Karen Phillips says, hi, G.Bush. What other positions do we need to address on our team? I'm a G.Bush fan. Karen, you do not have to tell me you are a G.Bush fan. You are one of the most loyal fans that I've had, period. Like, I could go live and it'd be like 11 o'clock, and I don't know what you do for 11, but you be on there. So I appreciate that, man. I really do, man. Like, it's just a blessing to be able to get on here and talk to people because, like I said, I got different crowds, man. Square Table Degenerate says, Marquise Goodwin, I think, has no NFL talent whatsoever. So I'm ready for this one. So, here's the thing. He has some NFL talent. I mean, he scored 4 touchdowns last year. He has some talent. Let me take this down a little bit. We don't want that. We don't want that. Let me take that down so we can get some of these. Let me show y'all. We'll pick that back up. So I do think he has some talent. I just don't think there's downsides to his game. He's been injury prone. He's not that durable. He's not by any means a stretch of the imagination some sort of all pro receiver. However, you heard a long time me saying it's about the skill set. I need something to threaten somebody. But as you can tell, he does have some redeeming qualities as far as what he's able to do to bring to get into the game. Let's see where we at. Here we go. Now let's take a little bit of that off. Let's get to this. Let's get back to this. All right, so let's keep going, man. Square Table Degenerates, appreciate the super chat. Where do you rate the Cleveland Browns receiving core? I appreciate that, man. By the way, let me see if I can get this going. I want to get a clap. I want to get a clap. Maybe y'all can hear it. Nope. Clap it up. Yeah, we'll clap it up for you guys. You can clap it up. See, when you guys donate a super chat, I'm gonna get this together for next week. I'm gonna have a sound effect. I'm gonna get a special sound effect for you guys who donate on super chats, just to signify I appreciate you guys. So I'm gonna get that done. I don't even know if y'all can hear this. Y'all hear that? Y'all hear me? They might have heard that. I will give it to you now. Let's see. Before Goodwin signing, we need another. Hey, look, here's the thing about the receiver core. I think it's going to give us an opportunity to go into the draft. We got 2 threes. That's a nice catch right there while you're looking. That's a nice catch. Shout out to the graphics too. Y'all cats be playing around. Look, hey, I work full time. I'm out here giving you, look, you getting graphics, you getting highlights. Come on now. Ain't nobody else doing that. There's a lot of cats out here coming out. There's a lot of people on YouTube with sheets on their background. No disrespect to the people that's doing sheets. I was there once upon a time getting killed. People talk about, hey, man, your audio sounds like you're in a basement dungeon, bro. Somebody donate $5 so he can get a microphone. He sounds like dog crap now. But I'm giving you solid commentary right here, man. Let's see what we was gonna get to. We said, let's get to these grades. Dang, Leak, you got him. Listen, Leak, hit me back up. You got him at the C+. Y'all cats are stingy. Dang, you're stingy. All right, bringing down 37. So B1 says, I would give it an A-. Okay, we need more defense. A speed. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that in this draft, in this little situation over here. Kev Brown says B+. It's not players, it's the collection, DeAndre. I believe that. It's the sum of the parts. Dang, DeAndre Black. This dude, dang, you tough. DeAndre Black case C+. DeAndre, I ain't never met you, but you sound like you got a deep voice. You seem like you could be quite intimidating. Like when you say your name, DeAndre Black, like you like DeAndre Black is a person you don't want to owe money to. hey, hey, bro, you got a crazy name, bro. You sound like a dude. No. DeAndre Black ain't playing with you. Let's get to a couple more comments. Let's see. Square Table Degenerate so far for the free agency, for the solid C until I see some performance. No game changers were signed. Gotta prove. Hey, I will say this. I mean, it's not as if they got the Browns don't got. they didn't go out and get Deron Payne. They didn't go out and get a Fletcher Cox. They didn't go out and get a Bobby Wagner. They didn't get Brandon Cooks, right? They didn't do some of these moves, right? Hargraves. They didn't do some of these moves. However, and this wasn't even supposed to be the blog. Like, I wasn't even supposed to be giving away to my grades. I was gonna give it that in the next video, the totality of where we stand. But when we break that down and when I get into it, I think that they got some guys. I call him the young OG. I think he's gonna be nice. I think he's gonna be nice at that one defensive end. I think he's gonna be doing his thing. I watched a couple things too. And by the way, let me ask y'all too. I'll put this in the chat. Because these players aren't really players that we've watched a lot, would you guys like if I put some of their plays into the blog, right? So I got the all 22. Would you find that beneficial? It'll take a little bit of time, but if you want to, I'll give a couple of good plays and a couple of bad plays to kind of show you the strengths and weaknesses, and kind of like break down each of the people that the Browns have right now. It'll take me a little time, but I do have the all 22 for every single team. So, and that's every game. So I'll come through that tape, but put a thumbs up if you want that, and I'll count them in here. Put a thumbs down if you just like, nah, we cool on it. But I think it could potentially add something to the live. It's just something to, spice it up a little bit as we talking about some of these guys. 248 people in here right now. Shout out to you guys, man. Make sure you hit that like wherever you are at. Make sure you are following me on Twitter at g.bush91, and continue to make sure that you are subscribing to the YouTube channel as well. We drop these videos and we try to feed the streets. No matter what I'm doing, I still stay 10 toes down on the barbershop content. Let's get to some more grades. Joe McConnell, B+ was hoping to address the linebacker. We're gonna get there. Chris Lehane, A+, appreciate that, man. Stefanski has major powers, and with the in-game adjustments, he gets out coached. That's gonna be on full display this year, because I think he has ample enough dishes, ample enough stuff in the cupboard. I just want to see what it's gonna be. I need to see what it's gonna be. Tony Green, you are correct. No excuses for Coach Stefanski. Let me see. Any more grades? Patrick J, smart and creative, A+. Let's go with Philip Jones, gave it an A. Got some more in here. Speed, B+, 8-. See it? A+ for Lehane. Ben, what up, man? B+, Andrew is legit. He not be on the hot seat. However, I don't trust Stefanski and his ability to go off script. This is going to be the I think the magic question is, I've seen Odell Beckham Jr. not get the ball. I've seen Kareem Hunt not be used correctly. I've seen Stephon Diggs be mad at him. I don't know. It might be fool's gold that I'm in a lab with a pen and a pad trying to figure out what offense we should be running. I don't know if Kevin Stefanski is up to that challenge. I just don't. I want to see the creativity. I want to see some of that stuff. But I will say, from everything I'm hearing, and so I want to preach this too. Like, I want to really let you guys know. And this could be good or bad. And you'll be informed. I've heard from a very good source. And when I say good source, I mean like talking to Stefanski, like multiple hours talking to him, that this year's offense will be the baby and brainchild of the combination of what Deshaun Watson wants to run mixed with Kevin Stefanski and how he's going to call it up. The term I was given was, I'll give Deshaun Watson 40 plays. If he don't like none of them 40, I'm going to rip it up and draw 40 more. So that just gives you that gives you just how much really control he has over the offense. That is some of the reasons why when I come on here and say certain things, they be like, man, G.Bush be extra, man. Why are you going so extra? You don't even need to be that way. And I'm saying I'm going that extra. When I'm going that extra, trust me, I know something. Somebody done told me something, right? Like I had Tyvis Powell on, right? One of the reasons I went back and forth with Anthony Walker was I felt like we could get Bobby Wagner, and Bobby Wagner is better than Anthony Walker. But as I talked to him, and Tyvis is a former teammate of Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor and Bobby Wagner. You know what I'm saying? He had a conversation with some of those guys, and that ain't the type. They ain't in Bobby Wagner's career. That's not what he's trying to do. He's not trying to come in here and just basically it looked good on paper. He want to win a championship. And on top of that, he don't want to be coming to camp like that. Like, and Schwartz is here. Schwartz is going to make all these young dudes come to camp because that's what they need him to do. So when they was out on Bobby Wagner, it wasn't the fact that I just didn't like him no more. I was reading the tea leaves. So when I saw that, I had to go back and look and be like, man, what's available? I mean, it wasn't nothing available. So I'm like, all right, well, you might as well bring back Anthony Walker. Shoot. I mean, because the stuff we had laying around ain't going to get it done. So on offense, it's going to be the Deshaun Watson show. And so I think they did a really good job of getting him some pieces so that he couldn't come back to him and say, well, y'all didn't give me nothing. Now he got to come up and perform. He got to do his thing. You get a couple more of these grades too. We got a B plus, almost an A. We got a B plus. Eastman B plus, right? I just want Houston on the Justin Houston on the squad. I wouldn't mind having Justin Houston. He's like 50, but he stay in shape. Somebody need to check him too. Might need to check him for his what he doing. Man, Drama City TV Clee, B plus, great analysis, g.Bush. We good at receiver, but another one won't hurt. Go Browns. Oh, no, it won't. Listen, you can never have enough fast people for me. Speed kills. You seen it. I'm not expecting Watson to put up his old numbers. He's not in the dome anymore, but I think he can get us the North. Hey, I think Watson can get them numbers. And he can get those numbers for two reasons. Let me tell you this. Give you a little insight. Because I do from time to time talk to people close to Deshaun Watson's camp. And when I had an opportunity to talk to him, I just basically said, look, you might not be the most popular person in town at this point, but the real Browns fans, you know what they respect? Wins. We've been beat, kicked, laughed at, joked, spit on. You know what I'm saying? People come from out of town making jokes and stuff like that. And I said, let me tell you the one reason. I'll give you this. And I was just giving them the math that I was giving them, right? I said, you can let Deshaun know this. This is one of his people in his team. So you can let Deshaun know this right now. The reason why Baker Mayfield has had a cult following in this community is when Baker came around, win, lose, or draw, I was there. We was all there. We was a team that was 1-31 or something. When you say rebuild, we tore it down to the studs. Like, we didn't even have a house. We was at the shelter. Like usually you'd be able to salvage a couple rooms, at least if you no, our house burned to the ground. We was using somebody else's like playhouse or somebody's man cave shed in the back of the crib with your whole family in there. That's how bad it was looking. You come from that 1-31 game, and you got Cody Kessler, you got RG3. You got these dudes that every single week there's another guy playing. And you just getting smoked. Like there's no, you can't win. It just was no chance to win. And so we draft Baker Mayfield. And not only did Baker Mayfield come in, he just came in and said, like, he came in unapologetic, like, listen, this is my show. And we about to be good. And we started in the Jets game happened. You know, people always talk about people living on a play. Like, people always make Odell, he's been living off that one play forever when he caught that ball behind his neck. Jadeveon Clowney has been living off that one play when he knocked the kid's helmet off from Michigan and took the ball from him. Well, look, hey, them plays is powerful. That's the human mind. The human mind is very powerful. If I smell a scent, if I smell a certain herbal essence, I automatically think of one girl. If I smell cologne, don't be mad over there. I'm just talking. Don't get upset. I was just talking. I really wasn't talking about like no specific girl. It was just because, you know what I'm saying? You good? We can talk about it later. Cool? She be over there looking around like she be acting like she don't understand my language. And then turn right back around. I seen you over there peeking. Who taught you that? Those who taught you those phrases? I just play it. So yeah, like, you know, what happened was, guess what? Baker came in that Jets game, and we remember them beer coolers opening, and he threw that touchdown against the Jets. It was on national TV. He got the Philly special, and from there, he broke that rookie record. It was over because you'd have been down so far. You didn't see people lose so many games in a row. You didn't even think you had a life. When somebody come in and do something that at your downest time, bro, that's why that's why you never date after you go out of a serious relationship. That's called a rebound. When you're emotional, you know, have bad stuff happen, any old person that come up to you and show you some interest, you're going to be like, this is the one. This is the one I was supposed to be with, regardless. Nah, that's called a rebound, dog. You might want to take a couple months off dating. You might want to just chill out. You were real open right now. So I told him, look, you know how y'all like us? You know how you get people like us behind you? Here's what you do. Win. And when you win unapologetically. When you win with some swagger. Win with that moxie. I get it. Everybody in the world was telling you need to calm down because they trying to label you as low-key a predator. Oh my goodness, like, you know, all the allegations, right? And you just feeling like, man, I might go to jail. I might lose all my contracts. You know, I can't go in public. I don't even know if I got a relationship with my girlfriend no more. She got to hear it. My mama is getting harassed in the grocery store. And what that does to you, that kills your spirit. That destroys your energy. When you playing a game of football, you got to play the game of football unapologetically over the top. You got to come in there thinking I'm the best to ever touch a football. Anything less, you're dead. Because the next dude you're going against automatically thinks that. If you got to get yourself ready to play Patrick Mahomes or Joe Burrow, they don't never lose confidence. Never. So if you trying to work your way and rehabilitate your way back into something, that ain't going to work. I straight up told him, I need to see the bow and arrow multiple times. I need to see that. If you don't do the bow and arrow, I know you ain't ready to go. The first thing that happens when you lose your celebration, you might as well be out of the league. When Johnny Manziel stopped doing this, it was over. When he stopped doing this, don't ever let nobody get you out your dance. You get me out of my mode. That's like somebody coming to my show. Stop all the barbershop talk. I don't like your pole in your background. Well, you could go kick rocks then. Even though you run 3 different shows throughout the week, you still find time for your fans here at the barbershop. We appreciate that. No, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you guys. I was happy because people was asking me. You know, I got off the air. They was like, yo, you still gonna give us that thing on Goodwin? You said you had something coming. I said, yeah, I got something coming for you, dog. And so y'all give me the energy to keep doing it, man. That's the beautiful thing about it, man. I love it. Love it. Let's get to the second thing because y'all been asking me this a little bit too. Put it in chat. What position we still need the most? And I'm going to see if y'all get it by popular demand. Let me see if you get it by popular demand. All right. What position do you believe we need the most. Okay? Save that really quick. Take out some answers. Check it out. Let me see. Yes, sir. I see you. I see you, coach. I see you, coach. What position we still need? Tight end? Linebacker? Inside backer? Keith? Linebacker? Gregory Hawk, running back. We do need a running back though, too. Leak, you funny. Leak, you are hilarious. You ain't quitting, head coach. Left. Hey, Ben, I got something coming for you on Wills. Boy, I've been trying to be unbiased on Jedrick Wills, and I've been looking over his all 22. Bro, it's a graveyard. And I'm not talking in a good way. This man, I've never seen a guy just stop in the middle to play. I just don't get it, man. Linebacker, linebacker. Somebody please tell you, somebody please tell him Jones is not a scrub. Who you mean, Donovan Peoples-Jones? I never said he was a scrub. I said sometimes people be having Donovan Peoples-Jones in the Hall of Fame, no. Inside linebacker. Everybody got inside linebacker. Linebacker, another defensive tackle. Here we go. What is the biggest one? The biggest need to me, and it's not even close. Not even close. Linebackers. And I'm not gonna lie. Linebacker to me it was a need last year, and this is part of the reason I wanted to do and get together and be like, yo, they need to bring what's the name back? They need to bring Anthony Walker back, right? That was a big reason. And one of the reasons that linebacker is so pivotal is, and I was saying this earlier, like when you're talking about a linebacker, right? And this is why I was like, they need a middle linebacker. I was just doing some research. And I just had to go back to my playing days, right? And so when you're a linebacker, you're doing so much. You are doing so much. And I think people don't really get a chance or have an opportunity to learn this if you haven't been around the game or coached or played. The linebacker does so many things that if he breaks down in one area, that's a touchdown. Case in point, the linebacker gets the original call from the coach. Now, mind you, he has to be able to locate the coach, get the call, get the play call in, diagnose it correctly. Now, if you're running no huddle, if you're tired, the team's driving on you, you're in pain, you got ran over the last play, you got a holding pit, all that stuff. You still must rely on the fact that if you can't get lined up and get the call, you're done. So he has to do that. He gets the call, relays it to the defense. Then he's going to declare strength. Strength is important because you call your defense left and right depending on where you want the strength of the defense to be. You may have strength of the defense to the field, to the boundary. You may have a strength of the defense to a specific receiver, a specific tight end, how many people in the line of scrimmage, all those things. So then he has to declare, based on what he called, what is the strength of the formation. Now, once the ball is beginning to be snapped, the offense can run audibles, checks, fades, completely scrap that play, or do a variation of flip of that play. So now you have a situation where the linebacker has to then go through his checks. That's why he's giving you the X's and the L's and the heads and no slide, all that stuff. And now he's giving that not only to the D-line, he's giving that to the backers and the secondary. So he's responsible for all of that, and he still has to get out there and execute once the play is stopped. I'm tired of seeing people for the Cleveland Browns turn around while people walking down the field for wide open touchdowns. Like, I thought you had him. No, dog, I thought he was in cover 2. Nah, that was just a cover 2 shell. We was actually supposed to be in cover 3. Really, man? I thought we was in cover 4. All of that talk, that leads to touchdowns. That's touchdowns. So for me, when I see that he's still available, there's one thing I know he can do. I know he knows the people in the locker room. I know he's smart enough and intelligent enough to pick up the playbook very quickly. And I think that he's a guy that could give Jim Schwartz insight into some of the other guys. Think about it. He's been with JOK, he's been with Taki, he's been around Fields, he's been around some of the other guys, Deion Jones. He's been around those guys, Reggie Wagling. So he could tell a coach what strengths, what weaknesses, whatever it may come in talking about what the linebacker position is. Like I said, I thought I wanted another linebacker, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised at all if we go to a situation where they're going to draft another linebacker or get one in free agency that are a little on the cheap side. I think they'll definitely get a linebacker. They're going to definitely do a linebacker in the draft so far. Before we let you guys get out here, you know what I want to do best. This is my best part of the day. As always, let's talk about where you from, man. I think overall this has been a great free agent period. It ain't a lot of splash names, but it is a lot of depth. Got better in the defensive line, got better at defensive end. Trust me, you got two more starters at end. You got two starters at defensive tackle and end. You got a bunch of depth that you could rotate in the tackle. I think you're exponentially more well-rounded and ready to go when it comes to the wide receiver position group. You added two speedy guys. You added guys that can move, get the ball downfield. And now, if you get anything from Anthony Schwartz, great. If you get some from David Bell, which I think you will, okay, that sounds good too. But we also looking in the draft to find another one. So the theme of what we're doing is we ain't stopping now. Finish your food, finish your breakfast. I think right now, if you had to give it to him, I'll give him a B plus. There's a couple of more moves that they would do. I could move to A minus depending on what they do with the linebacker position. So that's where we are right now. In the next video, in the next couple of videos, I'll kind of give you a preview of it. I got a Jedrick Wills all 22 video kind of pointing out some of his struggles. I also have this video that I've been working on a little bit with Jim Schwartz. People been talking about Jim Schwartz and what his defense is like and blah, blah, blah. You won't want to miss that one because really I'm taking it from the seminar. He did a great seminar with other coaches, and he's explaining the way he goes through calling defenses, what he likes to do with his fronts, how he goes about his blitz packages. Does he blitz a lot? What does he like to run in coverage? Different games he likes to run up front with his defensive line. And I think it's really important because it'll give you a little head start and insight into understanding the way Jim Schwartz is going to call defenses for the Cleveland Browns as well. So we're going to do that coming up with the next couple of days. With that being said, let's get on out of here on a Saturday. I know y'all got a lot to do. Where you from? Where you shouting me out? 308 people in here. Hit that like button. Where you at? What we doing? How we moving, man? You already know I started off myself. You know what it is. It's your boy G.Bush. Check it in for the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show every single day, 11 a.m. to 1:15 p.m. If you're not a member over there, join the membership crew, membership game. And we definitely got all kind of perks, the G.Bush emojis, the extra content. We appreciate that as well, too. You can also check me out. I'm on every single day do a podcast for the Cleveland Browns. And not a lot of people can say that. You better check these dudes. I ain't seeing you every single day. Me and Jeff Lloyd. That podcast is usually out at 9 in the morning. We do that every single day. So I'm doing that as well. You definitely got to follow me during the season. You get your boy G.Bush 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. every single Saturday in the barbershop on 92.3 The Fan. You can definitely download the Odyssey app, rewind my show up to 24 hours, and then during football season, you also can find me hanging out. Browns pregame show. Coming up from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. That's every single Browns game. Browns post game, 2-minute warning. You can check me out there. And I'm actually very interested in telling y'all, shout out to them. You can find me. I am now a contributor over at the Bleacher Report. doing some things with the Browns. And I got a couple different endorsements that I'm working with. You may have seen me do it with Aura and one with Mint Mobile. So you'll be seeing some of those things around. I've been grinding. We still trying to stay 10 toes down. But you already know 330 in the building, 216 in the building, 234. Where we calling from? Show me that love. Where we calling from? Let me get back here. Here we go. Here we go. 330. Key Hook. What's up, my man? Leak Akron, AK Rowdy. What's up, man? Hey, Norman Baldwin, stop hating on Aditi. Hey, man, I love Aditi to death. I just don't like her Steelers. And I don't like the Ravens. But other than that, Aditi's great. Sean Scott, I said, what's up, man? DeAndre Black, Youngstown in the building. Vincent Henry, Stark County, let's go. Christopher Gillespie, Wycliffe. I didn't say that. St. Augustine, Florida, right? Let's see where we at. 216, we in the building. Jacksonville, Florida, we doing our thing. Repping in the 404-770. I see you down there. Let's go, man. Ain't nothing wrong with flip-flopping if you got some new information. I might have to flip too. Youngstown in the building. Who else we got in here? Youngstown, I see you. Dubai. I see you out in Dubai spending that money. Columbus, Ohio, 614. We doing it. Cleveland, Ohio, but in the ATL, shawty. Let's go. Berea, Ohio. I see you. In LA, by the way of the land. Hey, man, stay safe out there in LA. It's kind of crazy right now. Cleveland to Florida. Sierra Vista, Arizona. Canton, Ohio. You know what I'm saying? Canton to Baltimore. I hear you out there, man. Louisiana is in the building. Congrats, G. I appreciate you, Roger Dodger. 937 is out here working around. Medina. Yeah, Cleveland. Shout out my man Rob Cunningham. I seen him playing that bass guitar on the morning show early. 216. Finally caught Journal Live, bro. Hey, you here, man. Cannabis is medicine. San Diego's in the building. Denver, Colorado. Goshen, Indiana. Twinsburg is in here. Let's see what we got. 407 is in the building. Surf City, North Carolina from way of 216. 317 Naptown is in here. Born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio. What else we shouting out? And Elyria is in here. North Carolina is in here. We doing it big, man. I want to thank all of you for taking a little time out of your Saturday, for hanging out with me. A lot of y'all have been listening to me since 10 o'clock to 2 on the radio. And you know, it's been a crazy weekend. I was on the morning show on Thursday and Friday doing double duty, but it's all fun, man. At the end of the day, I ain't doing victory laps. I'm just letting you know. I told you I needed 2 receivers, and we got them 2 receivers. Did we not? Did we not? We did that thing right there. But coming up next, I got those blogs coming up. Let me know if you got any ideas for any videos you want to see me do. Put them in the comment section, and we'll do that. But as for me, you already know how it is. You never know when g.bush going to show up. I don't even know when I'm going to show up, right? But the only thing you can do is listen for the Clippers. And we out of here. Peace!
Quality, service, atmosphere. You're next in the chair. Feel at home in the barbershop. G.Bush offers a fresh cut on sports. The barbershop isn't just grooming for guys. It's culture, it's lifestyle, it's sports. And it's now the barbershop is giving the sports scene a sheer shave and shine. Join the makeover now. Follow Garrett Bush at g.bush91 on Twitter.